Hello students, welcome back. In this video I am going to show you how the formatting options can be used to format different chart component, creating and comparing column chart and bar chart, and pie chart and donut chart. So let me begin. Now see, I have already created a chart here and used the different components of the chart. So you all know about all those things because I have already done this one in my previous video about creating charts and using different components of the chart. Now first I want to start with the data marker. So these are the different data markers representing a different data series for different subjects. So let me click on one of the data marker. Once I click on the data marker, you have to go to the format tab. So click on the format tab. On the left hand side you will see that the series match has already been selected. Just below you can see the format selection toolbox. So click on this format selection tool. Once you click, you will see a format data series dialog box has appeared. So there are different options like fill, border color, border style, shadow, 3D formats. Whatever you want to apply to the data series, you can apply it. Let me start with the fill. So you can also use a solid color. Solid means a single color. So you can click on the color. You can see the changes taking place in the data series of the match here. If you want to use, you can use a gradient fill also. Click on the gradient fill, go to preset color. From the preset color you can use different presets that is available, or you can also go to the pictures or texture and you can add texture as well as picture. So if you want to give the border, go to the border color, choose one of the color, suppose say red color, and go to the border style. If you want to increase or decrease the width of the border, you can simply click and increase or decrease. Now you can see the border has appeared there with red color. And if you want to change the border style, click on the dash type here and choose one of the style you want. Click. So you can see that the border has appeared with dotted or a dash style. So if you want to keep a solid line, so you can use as a solid line. So after that you can also use shadow and 3D format. Finally click on close button. So similarly, if you want to apply to other data marker, you can use the same process and use different formatting option. Now let us go to the legend. So this is the legend. So click or select the legends. Now again, if you go on the top left hand side, you can see that the legend has already been selected. So similarly, go to the format selection toolbox here and click. So the same format legend toolbox dialog box appear. So wherever you want to keep the format, sorry, legend, you can simply click it. Suppose say if you want to put it at the top, click on the top. So you can see the legend appears at the top. So similarly, if you can also put the legend at the bottom left or in any of the position. Now I want to fill the color legend with different color. So just select one of the color that you want to fill. So you can see the color that is appearing behind the legend. So in this way you can also use the color. If you want, you can use the gradient fill, or you can also use a pattern or texture. So in this way, and finally close it. So similarly, if you want to format the data label, click on the data label. You can see the data label for the maths has been selected. Go to the format selection and use different formatting option. Now let me go to another sheet. In this sheet I am going to show you the difference between different types of charts. Suppose say a column chart and a bar chart, and pie and a donut chart. So first select the worksheet. After selecting the worksheet, go to the insert tab, and first let me start with the column chart. So click on the column chart and choose one of the column style. So this is my column chart. Again select the select the worksheet, go to the insert. Similarly, now go to the bar chart and select one of the bar type. So this is my bar chart and this is my column chart. So similarly, if you want to create a column or a donut chart, go to the insert tab. This is the pie chart and click on the other chart. Here you will get a donut chart. So you can simply click on, the chart will appear. Now I just want to compare between the different types of charts that I have already mentioned. So for that, let me create another worksheet. Here I have already inserted the chart. That one is, this is the bar chart and this is the column chart, and I have used all the components of the chart on both this chart. Now what is the difference between the bar chart and the column chart? You can see that the bar chart displays the comparison among the individual items as a set of horizontal bar. Now in the column chart, it also displays the comparison among individual items but as a set of vertical bar. Now you can see here in the bar chart, the data marker are in the form of a horizontal line or a horizontal bar, and in the column chart you can see that the data marker are in the vertical direction. So this is one difference. Now another difference is, if you see the components of the chart here, so in bar chart we call this as a category axis here and this as a value axis here. Now if you look here, you can see that in the column chart the categories are represented in the x-axis and the values are represented on the y-axis. But in the bar chart you can see that the values are represented in the x-axis and the categories are represented on the y-axis. So these are the only difference between the column and bar chart. So let me repeat once again. In bar chart you can see the data marker in the form of a horizontal position, and in column chart you can see the data marker in the form of a vertical position. And second important thing is that in column chart the category axis are in the, it is represented in the x-axis and the value axis is represented in y-axis, whereas in the bar chart the values are represented in the x-axis whereas the categories are represented on the y-axis. So you just need to remember only this difference between bar chart and column chart. Now let me show you the difference between pie chart and donut chart. Now see, this is a pie chart and this is a donut chart. Now what is the difference between pie chart and donut chart is, see, pie chart, it is in the form of a circular ring, and the important things about the pie chart is that it is used to plot only one data series. If you look here at the background, let me show you here, you can see the worksheets containing 5 students and 4 different subjects. But if you create a pie chart on this particular worksheet, you can see that the series or a data series will be plotted on only one particular series, suppose say English. So it will not show you the data series for maths, SST and science. So let me repeat once again. A pie chart is used to plot only one data series. So it is a diagram in the form of a circle divided into triangular section. Now if you go to the donut chart is similar to the pie chart, but only the difference is that you can plot more than one data series. Just like in pie chart where you can plot only one data series, here in donut chart you can plot for more than one data series, and these categories are represented by individual ring. Here in the donut chart this inner ring, it represents the marks of, suppose say, English for this particular students. This second, it represents for the maths. The third ring represents for SST, and finally the outer ring, it represents the data series for science. So the only difference between the pie chart and donut chart is that in pie chart you can only plot one data series, whereas in the donut chart you can plot more than one data series. And here the data series are in the form of a triangular block, and here in the donut chart the data series are in the form of a circular ring. So I hope you have understood it. So you can create a worksheets and create the different charts, suppose a bar chart and a column chart, and in another sheet you can create pie chart and donut chart, and you can see the difference between those charts. So for today only this much. Thank you children.